we are at our Visual Studio Code. Let's first of all create a new file. So let's name it if else switch, because we are today here we are learning about if else statements. Let's save it, and now first of all write our main class public class, and then our main function. Now here we are let's first of all talk about if else statement. Now let's suppose if else statement is used in those conditions when we have one condition to implement particular code. Like if else statement is used in those conditions when you have one condition to qualify for any particular thing. Let's suppose we have a condition that if you have 2000 subscribers in your YouTube channel, then you can only monetize your YouTube, otherwise you cannot monetize your YouTube. So let's implement this in our Visual Studio Code. First of all, take input from the user. So first of all, make an object of scanner class. Object is equals to this. Our scanner is showing here because we haven't yet imported the library. So import java.util.scanner. We imported our scanner classes. Now let's take input from the user. YouTube channel. So in subscribers is equals to object at next int. So here we are taking input from the user. Now let's put this condition into our if else statement. If subscribers is greater than or equals to 2000, let's give a rough condition here. System you can monetize your channel, else sorry, you haven't reached the monetization criteria yet. So that's if else statement. Like if you have one condition given to implement a particular code, then you can use if else statement to implement those logics. Now let's talk about if else statement. Else if statement. If you have multiple conditions to implement in a code, then you can use else if statement. Like let's suppose we want to let's suppose that we have a grading system. Let's suppose if you have 30 marks in if you have 90 marks in an, like let's suppose talk about exam marks, like grading system. If you have 90 marks 80 marks and above, then you have A grade. If you have 70, then you uh, get B grade and so on. So let's implement this in our code and see how we can use else if statement to implement multiple conditions in our code. Now first of all take uh, let's first of all take input from the user. Marks, total marks. So here we're taking input from the user. Now let's put this in our if else statement. If marks are greater than or equals to 80, then you got A grade, A, else if marks are greater than or equals to are greater than or equals to 70, then you have B grade, or else if you have marks which is greater than or equals to 60, then you C and so on. Else let's say else as your marks are below 60. So that's how we can use if else statement to implement multiple conditions. We can also use a simple switch statement to implement if else. Instead of using this multiple if else statements, we can also use switch statement to implement our code. Now let's move toward how we can implement our switch using switch and break statements. So switch break, or let's first a switch statement is used instead of if else statement, or we can say else if statement if there are multiple else if statements. So to make it simple, we use switch and break statements. So let's implement it in our code editor and see how we can use switch and break statements. First of all, let's say let's take an input from the user. Int day is equals to object.next int. So we are taking an integer type day input integer input from the user, and our variable is day. So let's put our day inside our switch statement. Switch day. Now if the user enters day 1, we can say that today is Monday, because first day anyway is a Monday, and then break this statement, break, and then break. Next, case 2, Tuesday, then break, then case 3, then we have case 3. So Wednesday, break, case 4, Thursday, break, case 5, Friday, break, case 6, Saturday, break, case 7, we have Sunday. Break, and in default we can say default case, we can say that so in default we can say that correct input. So that's how we can use switch statement and switch statement instead of if else statement to implement our programs. Hope you'll understand this. So today we learned about if else statement, and we also learned about else if statements, and we also learned about how to use switch statement if we have multiple else if statements. We also implemented our code here using our Java language, and I think that's all for this video. See you in the next lecture with more videos on Java basics. Till then, keep learning and keep improving yourself. Thank you.